Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, my hair is a mess right now. I'm trying to get ready because today I have a parent-teacher conference at my daughter's school. So I wanted to bring you along and show you how I get ready for a parent-teacher conference. It could also be a really good tutorial for, say you have an interview or a meeting, a very important meeting. You can use this look as well. So let's get started. I already have my foundation on, as you can see. Just to save time, my foundation routine hasn't changed. I'll have the links to the previous videos where you can see what products I use and how I apply my foundation and all of that. I'll have it in the description box down below. I'll also put a link up here. You can click on it now if you want to go directly and watch that and then come back and continue watching this video. Or you can wait till the end and whatever works. So my foundation's done. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows today. I'm just gonna be using powder, just following my natural shape. After filling it in, I like to go in with a little brush or spoolie and just comb over them just to remove any excess product. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of my concealer to clean up a little around the brows. I like using this concealer because it has a little wand, so I can easily just place it where I want it to go. So just above the brow and a little bit underneath. I'm gonna take a little bit more. So I'm not applying a lot, as you can see. It's just to clean it up. And also the color of my concealer is very similar to my foundation because I don't want to have that, you know, white line, that white outline around my brows. So I'm just gonna blend it out. So it does its purpose of cleaning, defining the brow, but it's not obvious. And then once I'm done, I like just patting it with my finger just to make sure it's disappeared with the rest. So once again, I'm gonna take my spoolie and just dust off any excess. I don't think I did it with this brow, so let's get going. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my primer. I'm gonna be using the MAC Soft Ochre Pro Longwear Paint Pot, and I'm just applying this with my finger. No big deal. And applying a little bit more on the other side. This is just gonna help my eyeshadows appear brighter and true to color when you have a base. They just go on more evenly. And it also lasts longer. So today I will be using my Coastal Scents palette. I custom made this palette, so they had a sale recently on their website, and I chose some of their neutral colors and I place them in this little pan right here. So I'll have the names of the shadows that I'll be using somewhere on the screen so you guys can see what are the names. So I'm gonna go ahead and start as usual with my transition color. I'm gonna place this all over my lid. And what we're doing today, it's just a simple contouring for your eyes. So you're gonna place this right on your crease. And the crease is that hollow space between your lid and under your brow, like right above the brow bone. It's hard. If you can touch it, you can feel a bone. That is your brow bone. And this is the lid. And you're placing the color right in between. And sometimes you're able to feel the hollow and your brush kind of sinks in a little bit. That's where you want to place it. Okay? Just like that. Repeat on the other eye. There we go. After this, let's go ahead and place a darker shade right below, or right above my lid, I would say. This transition color, we applied it very thickly from here to here. This one's just gonna go right on the lower edge with a darker shade just to darken that area. I'm gonna mix two colors and apply that right here just to really define my crease. And what I like to do, I like to place my shadows first where I want them, and then I go back and blend everything out. Once I have it placed, I go back with my previous brush, whatever is left on it, and just blending out, softening those hard edges. If you can still see the separation between the darker color and the transition color, I like to go back, dip my brush into the transition color, top off any excess on your towel or napkin, whatever you have, and just go right on that edge and very lightly. I'm not putting any pressure. That's another thing. When applying shadows, you don't want to press really hard. There's no need for that. Just very lightly, feather-like motions, and blend that out. Then to get rid of this line right up here, it's much lighter than this, so I like to clean my brush completely and then go in. Or if you have multiple brushes of this, like if you have multiple of the same brush, get another one, a clean one, and then just clean up all the edges. Or you can just do what I do and just clean it in between the uses. And as you can see, it's a lot softer application than if you were to leave it like this. So blending first. If I see that I don't have that smooth transition that I want, then I go in with my transition color and place it right on the edge just to get rid of that line. Then cleaning my brush very well and going back and really diffusing that line. And there it goes. For my highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and take the lightest color that from this palette and placing it right under my brow. Then going back with my brush and blending those two colors. This highlight color also helps blend this line right here. So far I'm liking it. I want to intensify a little bit more my outer corner, so I'm gonna take an even smaller blending brush. And I'm combining the previous dark brown with the black shadow and just applying it on the outer corner of my eye. I'm not bringing it in too far, just about 1/3 of the way. This will just help my eyes appear a little bit larger on the corners, helping me look more awake. Then using the bigger brush to blend that outer line again. And I know it's a process going back and blending and blending again, even though you're already blended, but it is very worth it. Your eyeshadow will look a lot more put together than if you were just to leave it with those harsh lines. So then I'm gonna go ahead and place my lid color. I want something not too dramatic on my lid, so I'm gonna go with the same color that I applied under my brows. It is lighter, but it does not contain any shimmer or glitter. It's pretty matte. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that right on my lid. And I noticed this particular shadow, I don't think the other ones were as chalky as this one. So I'm placing it very gently, tapping instead of dragging, and that prevents you from having too much fallout. We're gonna go in and blend that out, don't worry. I'm gonna take a little bit more, tapping off any excess and placing it right on the lid using tapping motions. Once it's placed and you're happy with the color, I'm gonna go in back with my smaller brush and I'm just gonna blend out right where they meet. The light color and the dark color will also create a customized shade that will look very pretty. It looks like you applied a completely different shadow right in between, but you didn't. It's really just the mixture of those two colors blending together. So right here where you see this line, I'm gonna go back with whatever product is left on the brush and just tapping that line to get rid of it. Then if you go too far, go back with the smaller brush and get rid of that line. Just like that. So now I'm gonna go back in and do the same with my other eye. I hope you guys can see my mirror. It's on this side, so it's hard for me to see and show you guys at the same time what I'm doing. So anyway, blend, go back with your lid brush, blend some more, go back with the crease brush, and there it is. So that is it for the top of the lid. I'm gonna go now and place my eyeliner. The same color that we applied on this outer corner by mixing the dark brown and the black. I'm gonna use it as my liner. So I'm placing it right on my lash line. Hopefully the camera can focus what I'm doing. I don't want an exaggerated line. This is just going to define our eye. I'm taking a little bit at a time. It's easier and better to start with a little bit and slowly increasing it to your desired tone rather than going very heavy-handed, and then it's really hard to fix. There it is. Looking at the camera, I'm noticing still a little bit of harsh edges here. I'm going in and just buffing that out a bit more. If you want to make your eyes appear a little bit bigger than what they are, you can always go in with a darker shade and just applying it also on the outer 1/3 of your eye. And this will also make your eye appear a little bit bigger. Just on the outside. Because if you go all the way in, then that creates an even more larger effect. And it's also good, but more for like a going out kind of look not for this type of look that I'm going for today. And I'm just blending that lower lash line. Just applying some mascara. Okay, so there we go. The eyes are done. I'm gonna go ahead and work on my contour a little bit. I'm planning on filming another video where I'm explaining more in depth how to contour and highlight your face. Contouring, it's also like eyeshadow. You have to place it, blend it, make sure there's no harsh lines. Although some people do like to have those harsh lines, I don't. So I like to treat it as eyeshadow. So first I place my color. I start with the darkest tone, or sometimes I'll start with the lighter one. I mean, it all depends. Once you start, you know, accustomed to your makeup routine, you will start improvising as well and start getting your own little routine. So I like taking a lighter color and just blending those harsh lines. And once I have all those lines blended, I like to go back with my powder brush and just blend it out even more. Then my nose, it's very important. And for the nose, I don't go in with the darkest shade, the one that I applied first. I go in with the lighter one because you don't want this to be too noticeable. So I like using a shade lighter than the one that I applied on my cheeks. Once I have it placed, I'm gonna clean it with my towel and then go back and blend out the edges, just like eyeshadow. I usually don't apply a lot of highlight, and for this instance you would also want to apply a very minimum amount of highlight. A little bit of blush. Then once I have everything placed, I like to go in with my powder brush and go over everything. It's gonna mattify a lot more, and if you applied a little bit more highlight than what you wanted, then this will also minimize the appearance of it. And there it goes. One of my favorite lipsticks that I love, but it was only limited edition through MAC. It was this one, So Select. I loved it. It's the perfect mauve color for my skin type. If you're lighter than me, then it will probably look too dark. But for me, it was perfect, and I'm completely out. And I just scrape it from what I can. Scrape it with my little brush, my lip brush. I'm just gonna apply it. I just love this color. It's so natural, but yet it gives my lips like the perfect color. For me, this is like the perfect everyday office meeting, interview, everything. So there it is. The face is done. I'm gonna go ahead and apply another layer of mascara. I'm not wearing falsies, and that is because I don't want to have that you know how sometimes when you wear lashes and they start lifting from one of the sides, or your eye starts itching and your eye starts to tear, and I just don't want to deal with that today. Or if you have an interview and you know you're having issues with your lashes, that is not something that you might want to deal with either. So I would skip the lashes, but you can go ahead and wear them if you feel comfortable enough. So that is the face. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna have it curled or straight, or up. I'm not sure. We'll see. Even though my hair is naturally straight, I still like to go in and straighten it just a little bit more, just because sometimes my ends could look a little bit frizzy, or say I was wearing my hair in a ponytail and I get that line, that crease in the middle of my head. So I like to go over it and straighten it a little bit more. And this doesn't take me too long at all. I just go down once and it's already pretty straight for me. Just like that. So I'm gonna do that to the rest of my hair. I'll probably fast forward it so you're not bored to death watching me straighten my hair. There's nothing educational about that. I'm pretty sure you guys all know how to straighten your hair. So I'm just gonna fast forward this and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. Now for my hair, for the top of my hair, for the parting, I really don't have a specific way. I just pretty much like to comb it up, or sometimes I'll even comb it like down towards my face, and then I put it back and I just wiggle my head like this, and wherever I get the partition, that's where I keep it. So today it seems like it wants to be in the middle, so we'll keep it right there. Bobby pin and tunnel pinning it. Right there. And then you can grab a little bit of hair from the back and just cover it a little. And there it goes. So I'm gonna do the same on the other side. And there is a final look. I'm gonna get close so you guys can see. Very natural, soft eye. Play around with different lip colors and see which one you like the best. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon on my next tutorial. Bye bye.